Yo guys and girls, and welcome back to Dr. Dave. So we're going to be showing you how to install a Euro truck or American truck dedicated server. Some people have had difficulty and their server will not go online, or they can't get the packages to download, etc, etc. One thing I will say is Euro truck makers SCS have stated that you can use this dedicated server without owning a copy of the game, which is absolutely bullcrap. Because if you don't have the game, you can't export the packages. You can't export the packages for the DLCs, the mods, the maps, etc. So, first thing you're going to do, you're going to come into Steam. You're going to come here and you're going to make sure you tick Tools. You're going to find the Euro Truck dedicated server and you're going to download it. And then you're going to click Launch. This is what most people think, but then you get all of these errors saying server package is not found, can't locate mods, DLCs and maps. And the reason why is because you need to do a few more steps to be able to download the packages. So step 1 is you're going to need to go to your documents folder, Euro Truck Simulator, then you're going to go down to the config. You're going to right click on your config and you're going to open with Notepad. And then once you're in here, you're going to use Control and F. And you're going to type in dev, and then you're going to click find, and if it says it can't find it, then just change this from up to down, and ta-da, there you go, dev is found. Make sure that you change this from 0 to 1, and then we're also going to type in console into here, and we're going to click find. We're not bothered about this one here, control status. We're going to go onto console here, and we're going to change this from 0 to 1. Once you've done that, you're going to click save. And then once you've saved it, you can come out of all of this. But as you can see, at the moment, there is no server packages, and there is also no server _config SII showing here. So, what we now need to do is we now need to close out of that. We need to launch up Euro Truck Simulator. This may take a little time to load because we are running pro mods. Right, so any mods that you wish to use on your dedicated server, you are going to now need to make sure that they are active. So we're going to come in here and we are going to make sure that we activate any mods that we want active on our dedicated server. So as you can see, I've got Pro Mods and Pro Mods Middle East and a load of skins and a few, you know, just normal mods like wheels and stuff like that. So I've got all my mods active that I want active. So we're now going to go out and we're going to go into the truck. Like I said, please do make sure that all of the mods that you want to use on your dedicated server are active. Because once we export the packages, it's going to export the packages for your mods, your DLC, and what current map packs you have. So if you don't have your mods active at that instance I just showed you there, when you export the packages, your mods will not be moved to your dedicated server. Right, so now that we're into the game, we're going to click Drive. Right, so now we're in our truck. So just below your escape key, you will find a key that's got like a sideways L and a few dashes on it. You're going to click that, and this is the console. It normally looks like this down the bottom of the screen, but if you click the unpin button, it will go into a larger format. So now in here, you're going to need to type export underscore server underscore packages, and it's packages, not package. So you see there, export underscore server underscore packages. You're going to click enter, and the game is going to freeze. I mean, I'm running a pretty decent PC, 32 gigs of RAM, 11th gen i7, and it still freezes my machine. So don't panic if you're running a machine around the same spec or a lower spec for a server PC and it starts to hang at this point. It will sort itself out. It's gathering all the files from your mods, your DLC, and all the map packages, and there you go. So it's calculated all the mod hashes, and server packages have been exported. So now we're going to Alt and Tab out, and now that we've Alt and Tabbed out, we will see inside our Euro Truck Simulator 2 folder, we will see we've got server packages DAT file and server packages SII file. But one thing that we don't see is the server config.sii file. So we're going to need to go back to the Eurotruck server, which is mine's down the bottom corner here. So we're going to launch up the server, and as you can see here, the session name is blank, the session description is blank. So we just needed to do this. We can now close it, and now you can see that it's automatically created the server underscore CFG file. So this is where we go in. Again, same thing. You're going to make sure that it's, you know, right click, open with Notepad. I've already set all of mine to open with Notepad, so I don't have to keep doing it over and over. So once we're in here, this is where you set your lobby name, your description, your welcome message, your password, etc. So this is all to do with your server. You need to make sure that you don't start typing this side of these dashes. You need to be in the middle of, so there's 2 dashes to the left and 2 dashes to the right. So we're going to call this Dr. Dave Dedicated Server Pro Mods. Okay? And then we're going to have a description of Pro Mods Convoy. Welcome message is welcome to the Madhouse. Password we're going to leave blank. We don't need a password. It's asking you how many players you want. You can only go up to 8. If you change it beyond 8, when you save, it will automatically revert back to 8. There is only 8. You can max out how many vehicles and, you know, maximum AI traffic, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to leave that alone for the time being. And then we're going to concentrate on the stuff down here. So, player damage, true. Traffic, true. Hiding company, we don't want to hide. Sorry. So, yeah, we don't want it to hide, so we leave that as false. Hide collisions, we don't want to hide collisions. Speed limit, we want it to stay true because we want a speed limit on. Mod optioning is false. Service no collision is false. So basically, if you're in the services or the garage or etc., you can still bang into each other. It's still contact. No ghosting in the menus, so that means, again, still full contact. Driver tags. I don't want the driver tags on. So that's false. Friends only is false. Show server is true. Moderation list is 0. Right, so we've set everything that we need to set in here. So again, we're going to go File and Save. And we can close out of there. So now that we did the export packages, which gave us these 2 files, and then we ran the server up again and it generated our server config. We put all our credentials and stuff in there that we want. We can now launch up the server once again. So as you can see, the server has started running, and for some reason it didn't take on the name and stuff. Let's just double check that. This may be because I've got Euro Truck open. Let's close that down. Right, so it's still showing blank. I don't know why it's still showing blank. It's rather random. But what we're going to do is we're going to launch up Euro Truck, and we are going to go and see if the server is available. But what you've also got to take into consideration is once you set this server up, you may be able to see it if you are on the same network, but it may not be visible to the public or your friends outside of your network. So in that case, you would have to port forward, or you would have to open up the firewall, and you would have to allow the Euro Truck dedicated server through the firewall. I'll show you how to do that in a second. It is pretty straightforward once you figure it out. I mean, I was up till 3:20 AM trying to figure all of this out, and I got majorly frustrated and annoyed. But I got there in the end, and that's why I'm showing you guys this video, so if you're having any problems, then hopefully this should fix it. Right, okay, so this is now in alphabetical order. So as you can see, there is 2 Dr. Dave servers there. One is running on my machine behind me, and one is running on the machine that I'm currently recording this on. Some strange reason of what I don't know is why they both have the same name when I specifically set one to be a different name. Just make sure I didn't make any errors. Yes, I did. I made an error here somewhere. Line 21. Right, okay, so I made a 20. There we go. I spelled it wrong. Right, okay, so yeah, just make sure, you know, obviously I was just typing quickly and I made a spelling mistake there, so I'll save that. But like I said, the dedicated server will tell you if there is any errors. So it's still showing me an error. It's now saying line 25. So this, again, this is very, very finicky. So you need to be very, very careful. Yeah, there we go. Look, I've done another spelling. Again, just careless, silly mistakes of, you know, misspelling things. But like I said, this is actually a good thing that, you know, like I did spell it wrong and stuff like that, because it's now showing you guys that if you do accidentally make a mistake or you add an extra space or a dot or a dash, that there is a little error, and it will tell you what line the error is in. So as you can now see, it's now come up with the session name and the description of the Eurotruck file. So if we now come back to Eurotruck and we hit refresh, we should see that the secondary server has Dr. Dave ProMod server written on it. And there we go. So there is the server. But like I said, I can see this because I am host. But if your friends can't see it, then we'll Alt and Tab out. We go down to the bottom of the screen down here to your little computer screen, and then we right click, open up the network, and we're going to go to properties. And then when we're on properties, we need to make sure we're on private. And then when you're on private, you go down below that and click configure firewall. And then we're going to click yes. And then once we're in here, we're going to go to allow an app through the firewall. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to find Eurotruck. So anything for Eurotruck that you can see here currently, what we're going to do is we're going to click change settings, and we're going to tick the boxes on both sides for anything that's related to Eurotruck. And once we've done this, we can click OK, and hopefully your friends can now see your server. But if they still can't see your server, there is one more step that we can take. And that is heading into our router. So as you can see here, these are the current ports that we need open for this server. We need 27015 and 27016. I already have those open because I normally run a REFERRAL server with those ports. So you're going to go to the back of your router and you're going to find what your gateway is. My gateway is 192.168.0.1. Then it's going to take me to routernetwork.com and it's going to ask me to log in. It's now going to take me into my BT router, and I'm going to go to the advanced settings, and then I'm going to go to firewall. It's going to ask me to log in. I'm going to log in. And as you can see down here, don't worry about the name, because it says Wreckfest. Don't worry about the name. Doesn't matter. I could put anything in there. Long as the ports that are being requested are in here, i.e. 27015 and 27016, long as those ports have been port forwarded under the port forward section in your router, then the server will be shown to the public, i.e. your friends and other people on the internet. So I'm not the greatest of explaining port forwarding. It took me a little while to get my head around it, but there are plenty of videos out there. So if you're using a BT router, then like I said, you're going to come into the BT router. You're going to go to advanced settings, and then you're going to go to firewall. So this is going to be the same for any router. You just got to find the firewall rule. And then you will create, some will say create a new rule, and some will say create a new port forwarding rule. So we say we didn't have any of these down the bottom. We're going to literally click this. We're going to select which PC we are going to be using, which is my server PC machine is this one here. So I'm going to set that. And then it would be the same. It would be 27015. And then we would copy this and paste this in all the boxes. And then we can click, you know, UDP or TCP, or just both. Just set it to both for ease. And then you click the plus button, and that's it. You've created a new firewall rule, and you've port forwarded those particular ports. Obviously, I can't do it because I've already port forwarded them ports already. So, say for instance, I'm currently using 15 and 16 for Wreckfest, but when sorry, I've just clicked on the wrong thing there. Yeah, so over here it's asking for 15 and 16, but I'm already using those for Wreckfest. So what I would then do is I would close down that server. Just let it close. And then I would go back to the server config, and I would change these to 17 and 18. And then we will click File Save. And then we will go back to our router, and we would change these last digits to 17. And we'll call this ETS2. And then we're also going to need 18 as well. So 27018. So we're going to copy all of these into here as well. Right, so now when it saves and loads, so as you can see, so we've now got 27006, 27015 and 27016 are being used for my Wreckfest server. And we've now gone to 27017 and 27018 for our Eurotruck server. So that's it. That's how you port forward. You can only go up to 27030 is the max. So you would have to use, if you wanted to use ones that were further along instead of the lower numbers, you would use 27029 and 27030. That's the maximum. 30 is the last digit for Steam servers, and that also can be found in the there is a README file inside the Eurotruck file here. So this is explaining pretty much what I'm explaining to you, but in video form. So here somewhere it states the ports, because this is how I managed to show Ray Sims last night when he was setting his server up. But yeah, somewhere in here there is oh, they've changed it again. They've changed it from 27015 to 27020. So you can only go up to 27020 now on the ports for Eurotruck. So this last night was 27030. So they've changed the README file since then. But yeah, long as your ports are in range of 27015 and 27020, then your server will be shown to the public. But like I said, you will have to port forward if your friends can't see your server. And that's it. Like, once you've done that, I'll run up my server once again, just to make sure that you guys can see that I've changed the ports. 27017, 27018. We'll go back to Euro Truck and we will refresh just to make sure that it is still showing. But like I said, if you've never port forwarded before, don't change the port forward in the config file. Use 15 and 16. Just use the stock ones. But like I said, if you're more of an advanced user and you're running several servers, then you will be better off. There you go. So there's the server still there after the refresh and the port change. But that's it, guys. So thank you very much for joining me, and as always, I've been Dr. Dave. You guys have been amazing. Thanks for supporting the channel. I hope this fixed your Euro Truck dedicated server issues. Till next time, bye for now.